broadcasting live on the Really American Media platform. It's been another wild boar of a week. Oink, oink. The political dumpster's ablaze, but let's put out this shit show and reload your brain with the facts you actually need. All right, you little bastards. It's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Come on, you feline. Start scratching the post. Holy moly. Take it away, gentlemen.
Take it away. It's your Political Week in Review. Welcome one, welcome all to the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Great to have you along on this. Well, it's a Booyah Friday, whether you like it or not. Come on.
A little old radio call back there.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, we have managed to survive yet another week in the land of Trump. So here we go. If you want to reach out to us directly, we have a website. It's thevocalminority.net. There's a contact thing on there. If you're a smart person, you'll figure it out. Okay.
I think even if you're a dumb person, you can probably figure it out. I mean, it's that simple, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
No dumb people hanging out here, though. Clearly.
That's true. Hey, dude, welcome to the show and welcome to Friday. I feel like this has been a long week. I don't know, for me, maybe just me personally. I don't know. It was a long week, so.
Why are you welcoming me to the show, and why has it been such a long week? What do you mean?
Because I haven't seen you, dude. We haven't talked. We usually, that's why I'm welcoming you, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was like maybe one day.
Yeah, but they weren't very intimate conversations. It was all just business, dude. I'm horny for you. I miss you a little bit, so.
Well, I miss you too. I've been busy. I don't know what to tell you. I'm starting to sound like my mom. I can tell you that much. Jeez.
Yeah.
I moved away from Michigan. I moved away from Seattle. All the people I have left behind. I'm starting to feel guilty.
You should,
Starting
dude.
to. Only a little bit, though. Nick, we have a democracy to save. Our friendship is fine. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Don't forget it's Mother's Day on Sunday. I almost did, but I've luckily planned something great. So
I told my mom, tune in the podcast. Love you, Mom. That's your gift right there.
A little shout out to Mrs. Harness, dude.
That's right. Now, I got to order some flowers tonight, so it's on my to-do list after the show.
Very nice. Well, like you said, yeah, we do have to save democracy. Shit ton of things going on. So shall we jump in?
Yes.
Okay.
This is Need to Know News. News you need to know.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news.
Standing by for news.
Hello. Get a room, you two. Says
Get a room. Yeah, we don't need a room, dude. We're, what do we call that when you do it in public?
We're out.
Exhibitionists. We're exhibitionists.
We are sounding a little loverish right now.
Yeah, that's
Which,
true.
I do love you, obviously, but not the other way. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with it at all.
Right.
You know what there is something wrong with, Steve?
Bending over, not in that way, though, but bending over for Trump, especially
Yes.
if you're in the media. Am I right?
You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
That's our lead story today. We're going to be talking a little bit about the champions that ABC executives are on this. Well, it's the 8th of May. So
Yes, it is. Happy May 4th and Cinco de Mayo. We missed you guys for that stuff. But yeah, we've been bitching and moaning for the last year and some change now about why everybody from tech companies to law firms to media outlets just keep bending over for Trump. Why will nobody draw a line in the sand, stand up for any principles? And I know the short answer is money. They all weigh like, what would it cost to fight in court, or what could he do to our business? I'd rather donate $2 million to his ballroom and just go on with my life. But
I wonder if there's anything to that. Only because, like we saw during Trump's first term, that especially like people like Mark Zuckerberg, more people seem to be like, yeah, I want nothing to do with Trump. And then this second term, they just all kissed his butthole. And so is that because they lost so much money, or the loss was so great that they said, yeah, I got to step up?
when they were telling Trump to go fuck off, that's how they really felt. But then when he won the second term here, they understand that a George W. Bush or an Obama or somebody that, a normal president would not wield the power of the White House to go screw over American businesses and American workers.
Yeah.
But they know that is not Trump. They simultaneously know the guy can be, manipulated and bribed.
Yes, and they also know he's punitive. So, yeah, I mean, if they would have kept the thing going, they would have, they knew that they were probably going to be attacked at some point in time.
Yeah, and I think the development that happened today, I don't know. I kind of think you guys out there, the vocal minority, and I won't include myself in this because I didn't cancel my Disney Plus or my, whatever subscriptions. But when ABC bended over and they canceled Kimmel or suspended him for a few weeks or whatever it was,
Yeah.
remember a whole bunch of you all canceled Disney Plus. You stopped watching everything. Like you hurt them in their pocketbooks and they snapped back into line. So when Trump and the, Brendan Carr, the FCC guy, then turned it back up on Kimmel a week or two ago after the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting. Like, I think they realize, like, we're kind of in a rock and a hard place here because if we do what the Trump world wants, all of you people out there are going to cancel subscriptions, and then we're screwed.
Yeah.
Or maybe we actually grow a backbone and fight back against Trump.
I hope it's a combination of both. So the lead into this story is ABC is now accusing the government of violating the First Amendment. Major escalation in the fight over media pressure under Trump, because as you all know, we've seen this is, well, I don't know, the first president in my lifetime that has come out and said, oh yeah, the media is the enemy of the people. And we all kind of shit our pants when he did that, and rightfully so.
And he followed through on it.
Yeah. I mean, he's still, I guess it's we're kind of numb to it in some regard because he does it all the time. I mean, he says things that should never be said.
Well, he blusters all the time and is bluffing,
Yes.
Taco. Trump always chickens out, right?
That's right. We've got some video to kind of show some of the stuff from the past, and then we'll go through all of this Colbert into Kimmel stuff, and we'll get into the story and tell you exactly what ABC is stepping up and now doing. Here's your first video. This is an older one, but important.
President Trump defending his controversial summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin, tweeting, "The summit with Russia was a great success, except with the real enemy of the people, the fake news media."
So, it's just a great example of just how easily he throws that out there.
Right.
Of when you call him out on his shit. Who was it? Roy Cohn. He told him, just say, that's fake, dude. That's fake. Just tell him that, and they'll believe it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, yeah, he's been known for doing that stuff all the time. Here's your next video on Colbert.
Politics lead and look at the Trump administration's increasing pressure campaign against broadcast networks and how it continues to impact what you see and don't get to see on television. Last night, Late Show host Stephen Colbert taped an interview with Texas State Representative James Tallarico. He's a Democratic candidate in the Senate primary in Texas. But Colbert says CBS's lawyers stepped in before the interview that they pre-taped could actually air on broadcast television.
We were told in no uncertain terms by our network's lawyers, who called us directly, that we could not have him on the broadcast. Then I was told in some uncertain terms that not only could I not have him on, I could not mention me not having him on. And because my network clearly doesn't want us to talk about this, let's talk about this.
Colbert says this all stems from recent threats from the Republican-led Federal Communications Commission, known as the FCC for background. There is an old regulation known as the equal time provision, which would require broadcast networks to give equal airtime to all legally qualified candidates for public office, meaning if one is featured, his or her rivals have to be given the same amount of time, equal time. There are big exemptions for news coverage. And for the past 2 decades, that exemption has also been applied to late night and daytime talk shows. This all started in 2006 when the FCC officially gave that exemption to the interview segments of The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. That was a break from the previous 1960 ruling by the FCC about The Tonight Show with Jack Paar. Now, FCC Chairman Brendan Carr issued guidance last month cautioning networks that regardless of the Leno ruling from 2006, daytime and late night TV talk shows will not be automatically considered bona fide news programs exempt from equal time rules, particularly if, in Carr's view, the program is a, quote, program that is motivated by partisan purposes, unquote.
And there's the gray area right there. Because if they like the show, they're not going to crack down on it. Are they calling up Gutfield with his late night show and saying you got to have liberals on too? Like, no.
Just going to say the exact same thing, because you're 100% right. I mean, if it was Gutfield, they'd be like, oh, yeah, no, that's no problem. And I don't know how Brendan Carr can just say, like, don't follow that ruling. Like, it was a ruling, dude.
It's in place.
Yes.
It's been going on for a long time. And, you know, working in radio, I am well aware that the equal time law applies. I forget what it is exactly, but it's within a certain window of an election. And it's been debatable. Normally, it's not like primaries or whatever, but either way, yeah, you're supposed to offer the equal amount of time to the other candidates, to the other side. But as I always said in local radio, like, I have to offer you equal time. I don't have to offer you equal questions. So if Colbert wants to have on Tallarico and have a fun, friendly interview, great. If he then wants to have Ted Cruz on and rip him a new one left and right for 8 minutes or whatever he gave Tallarico, he can. So would Cruz want to take that offer? Probably not. But either way, like this, the whole point of this ABC lawsuit today is they're going after The View in particular. And it's over this equal time thing. But The View has had an exception going back, 20-something years as well. So you can't, I don't see how you retroactively say, now we're going to say you have to, undo that.
Yeah. I don't know either. And you make a great point in the shades of gray and how vague that is, what Brendan Carr, the statement, the memo that he put out. It's very vague. And that's never a good thing when there are rules that you have to follow. But you'll notice that Colbert, things are quite different for him than Kimmel. And now we're seeing that, maybe that's a complete network thing, because we know that Barry Weiss and CBS is in bed with Trump, you know?
No, absolutely.
And I don't know I really don't know who's running ABC, but they've obviously got more nuts than CBS has.
Yes. And do you have a story on today's events, or do you want me to just read from the article?
No, I do not. No, I just have one more thing from Kimmel to play.
Sure, play that, and then I'll explain what's going on today in detail.
We've got some breaking news on the fight between the Trump administration and Jimmy Kimmel. The FCC is preparing to challenge the licenses of ABC affiliate stations. And a source tells CNN the process will begin as early as this afternoon. The licenses in question are not up for renewal for years, but the FCC says it can review them earlier. So far, ABC has stuck by Jimmy Kimmel after President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump demanded he be fired over a joke he told last week about Melania having, quote, a glow like an expectant widow. Here's how Kimmel defended himself last night.
Obviously was a joke about their age difference and the look of joy we see on her face every time they're together. It was a very light roast joke about the fact that he's almost 80 and she's younger than I am. It was not, by any stretch of the definition, a call to assassination, and they know that. I agree that hateful and violent rhetoric is something we should reject. I do, and I think a great place to start to dial that back would be to have a conversation with your husband about it.
Alex, the FCC making threats or talking about doing anything, mostly trying to jawbone changes on some level, not through a policy mechanism, is not a new development with the current chair. What do you make of what this may mean?
Well, it's unlikely that will actually work, but a lot of times it's the threat of it that is an issue, and it may cause Disney and ABC to have to spend money and time defending themselves. What we don't see this time around, as compared to the last time there was problems with Kimmel, we do not see the station groups calling for Kimmel to be out, and that's a key thing. So there is not sort of the business pressure on Disney and ABC that we saw the last time around. But it does come at a perilous time for late night TV. We know that Stephen Colbert is about to be taken off the air. That was not his choice on CBS. And we know that Kimmel himself may not be around that much longer. He only signed a one-year deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen, East Maverick, you're correct. This has nothing to do with equal time. It's Trump telling his minions to get him off by any means.
Yeah.
Not get him off in a fun way. No, I mean, that's absolutely true. And the point we made about Gutfield. And, a lot of people, just the lay people out there in the public, think that the FCC's job is to censor media. It is not. It is to regulate the public airwaves that we all broadcast on. And when I say we, I mean the old days, radio and television. Internet does not broadcast on the airwaves. And their main job is to make sure you're within your frequency so you're not butting up on someone else. Radio, TV, cell phones, microwaves, whatever it is. That is their job. They are only allowed to, regulate obscene speech.
Right.
Not political speech, not speech you don't like, not jokes you don't like.
Yeah.
Like, in a normal world, they would never get away with it. But the problem is, in this FCC, they could start yanking licenses, which only affects a certain number of markets and stations. But normally you cannot just yank a license on any sort of first offense, because that is a real business. That if you take away their FCC license, they're done.
Yeah.
Shut the lights off. Fire
Normally
everybody.
being the key word, right?
Exactly. So then, like he was saying in that report there, then they got to go to court. They got to fight this. They're spending money while they're off the air. Time is burning. Like, this is Trump's MO. Like, just sue, and threaten and harass just to get people to waste time, money, and effort.
Yes. Well, and like you made the point before that this is Taco, but that's still just as scary for a large company like Disney, ABC.
Sure.
The threat that it could happen is just as bad as it probably will happen, because you got to walk on eggshells, and you never know. In all the vagueness of what Brendan Carr put out, you never know what's going to get you removed.
Absolutely. No, it's a scary time. So this is why we're applauding ABC today, who a couple of months ago we were all raking over the coals, but today they did grow a spine and have filed a lawsuit accusing the Federal Communications Commission of violating its free speech rights, potentially setting the stage for a protracted, high-stakes legal battle between the network and the Trump administration. Yeah. Now, this filing is about one specific thing. It was filed on behalf of a single ABC station in Houston and involved a minor regulatory dispute over, like we were talking about, the equal time thing with The View. But in a signal of its importance, the company's paperwork was signed by one of the most experienced Supreme Court litigators in the country, a guy named Paul Clement, a Solicitor General under President George W. Bush. So the fact that they got that big of a lawyer on this shows that they're going to carve out one little thing to fight over, but they will take it further if they need to, or they would never get a lawyer like that.
Yeah, they're serious about it, and they're stepping up. It will be interesting to see what happens, with a couple of different things, like they were mentioning. Kimmel only signed a 1-year contract, so what does that mean, if he does decide to leave? What does his replacement look like? And will there be pressure put on ABC at that point to put somebody on that's more MAGA friendly? And then with Colbert, he's obviously getting ready to leave, but with that whole James Tallarico thing, he proved what everyone is starting to see, that he put that interview with James Tallarico on YouTube, and it got more views than he ever got on his show.
Yes. I mentioned this back then, and I'll reiterate it again. All Trump is doing right now is really fast-forwarding the decline of old media.
Yep.
New media, which is why you and I left radio and came over to this side, is obviously the future. It's slowly been tipping that way. But when you force Colbert's and Kimmel's and Letterman's and whoever else off the airwaves, they're not just going away. Colbert is not just going to go away.
Yeah.
He will either go to a cable company who is not regulated by the FCC, or hopefully he'll come to the podcasting internet world where there's little to no regulations other than what like a YouTube or Facebook wants to, put rules on you, which there are, but they're a private company. But yeah, you're not suppressing the speech. You're just shifting it, and you're helping people like us.
Yes. 100%.
Which is not what he wants, by the way, to be helping people like us.
No, but he's so short-termed. I mean, he's so myopic on all these tiny things that he doesn't even necessarily care. I don't know. I shouldn't say he doesn't care, but he doesn't think about the outcome of all that stuff,
Right. No, it's what's right in front of his face, not where it's going. He knows he's not going to be on this earth that much longer. But you're ultimately helping us all. And when you get all of us, the vocal minority out there all riled up, that's not doing you any good either. Yeah. All of this shit is just on the list of reasons that there will be a blue wave, this November.
Yeah. Nope, 100%. We got to keep on pushing ahead. But it does seem like the blue wave's going to be here. So.
Yeah, and I see some comments going. We'll talk about UFOs later, and I do have on the list to talk about the gerrymandering going on here. But yeah, I just thought it was very, very important to start off talking about that FCC pushback. Finally, so
Yeah.
if you did cancel your Disney Plus, I would encourage you right now to put the subscription back. Like
Yeah.
now would be a good time to actually support ABC.
Yeah,
Just the way you
ABC
used your
is
pocketbook then, use it now.
champion.
They are a champion. So
Champions, ABC.
yeah.
We're gonna support you. So
Yes.
there you go.
All right. Let's see. I got a couple of things. We can get to the gerrymandering, but I kind of like to talk about the reflecting pool because things are developing today with the swimming pool in DC.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk a little bit about it.
So first of all, boy, a week or so ago, I said that the rendering, the artificial intelligence picture of the reflecting pool painted blue looked cool, and nobody, not one of you agreed with me.
No, no one did, dude. I mean, honestly, do you have anything to say to the audience?
All right, Nick, you're brilliant. I'm wrong. All right, someone mark it down. I was wrong.
I appreciate it.
That was taken out of context. Right there. God damn you. Listen, whether or not it looks good, things have developed with that. And a couple of things. One, as soon as I made those public statements, I was reading a comment, I think it was on our video actually, where somebody was pointing out that, Obama did a renovation of the reflecting pool a few years ago to try to fix some issues, try to fix the algae issue, apparently that leaks water.
Yeah.
And so there was no real over need for Trump to do anything to that pool. So this person raised a question of where's the money going? With Trump, it's always about the money. Who got this contract? Why did Trump decide all of a sudden to paint it blue? Somebody is getting paid in this scheme, and there's been a development on that today, and it turns out that comment was pretty much spot on.
What comment? That it's about the money?
That it's about the money. Like, why would he just decide to do this? Who got that contract? Who's making money in this whole thing?
See, the video I have shows the opposite of that, right out of Trump's mouth.
Oh, well, let's set it up with that then, and I'll read you from the New York Times.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is reflecting pool. The president was asked. This was his answer.
So we just took an unexpected trip with President Trump to the National Mall, where the president was showing off the reflecting pool, which is now getting a blue flooring. So I asked the president, why focus on all of these projects now amid the backdrop with the war with Iran and as gas prices continue to soar across the country?
Mr. President, you are here against the backdrop of the war in Iran. Why focus on all these projects right now?
You know why? Because I want to keep our country beautiful and safe. Beautiful also. This place was a disgusting place. It was Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, and we had a terrible disgust. I don't know, you probably don't see dirt, but I do. And you walk down this pond, if you would have walked down, they'll tell you better than anybody. They had to take 11 or 12 truckloads of garbage out of that lake, out of that water, and it sat there for years like that. And that's not what our country is about. Our country is about beauty, cleanliness, safety, great people, not a filthy capital.
What is the status?
It's such a stupid question you ask.
He's mad.
We're fixing up
Projecting.
the reflecting pond to the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, and you say, why are you fixing it up? Because you can understand dirt maybe better than I can, but I don't allow it. This is one of the worst reporters. She's with ABC Fake News, and she's a horror show. She's saying, why would you bother fixing this up? Why would I bother taking
Why is he repeating
11
the
or 12
question?
truckloads of filth out of the water in front of the Lincoln Monument? That's what made our country great. Beauty made our country. People made our country great. A question like that is a disgrace to our country.
That's not what made our country great, first of all. That's why, you're always talking about beauty and everything else. But yeah, that has nothing to do with what made our country great.
And how does painting it blue stop people from throwing garbage in it? It would actually highlight it more, wouldn't it?
Completely. Yeah, you'll be able to see it. And he said it hasn't been touched in years. You just talked about Obama, doing everything to it. Like, no one was complaining about the reflecting pool.
No. So then why? So to give out the $6.9 million no bid contract Trump's administration invoked an exemption meant for urgent situations, the New York Times is reporting today. The exemption was supposed to be used only to prevent, quote, serious injury, financial or other, to the government, only under urgent situation. Trump wants this done by the 4th of July. If only he had known in advance that the 4th of July was coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to know that. Somebody sprung it on him that, hey, the 4th of July, it's right after the 3rd of July, and it's coming up.
I never heard of a president, dude, that always goes with the emergency powers, emergency war powers. You can't do this, you can't do that. Now he's doing another one with the reflecting pool.
This article actually talks about that's the trick he is using for everything. Everything is urgent, and it's, a national security issue.
Yeah.
So that's the bullshit reason they gave to hand out a no bid contract, meaning that people weren't allowed to put in a public bid. Whenever you're, building stuff, you're supposed to allow any and every contractor to put in a bid, and then you go with, the best offer or whatever. So the pool is the latest in a string of cases where Trump's government invokes special powers to shut down required competition and then handed out contracts directly to the president's preferred vendors. They also show that Mr. Trump's plan does not address one of the pool's main problems, faulty plumbing in its filtration system. As a result, experts said it was unclear if Mr. Trump's pool would remain blue or if it would soon be obscured by a recurring layer of green algae. The company that he gave it to, he made some statement about these people are experts with pools. I hired them at one of my golf courses.
Gosh, dude.
The New York Times did an investigation into the company that got the contract. There is no evidence that they ever worked for Trump at a golf course or anywhere else. They have never had a government contract of any kind. And based on their website and known jobs, they don't do anything with pools. They specialize in things having to deal with like water and sealing and stuff, but they don't do pools. Okay. So
of course not.
Right. So that claim was all bullshit. So, I mean, we don't know what the connection is still. It's just been exposed that this became a no-bid process handed out by Trump to somebody who he says he has some sort of a relationship with, but he seems to be lying about what that relationship is. So it begs the obvious question of what is it? Who's getting paid? Is Trump taking a contractor's commission like apparently he's trying to in this ballroom? Like, who is getting paid in this process?
Well, we know he doesn't do anything for nothing, right? He doesn't do anything for free.
No.
So this is very reminiscent of just another way to launder money,
Exactly. Somebody's getting paid, something's going on. And then the article touches on this. Let me just play you this real quick. If you did not see this crazy display that happened today for some reason. So that's the reflecting pool. Drain the water. The big patch of blue has been starting to paint there.
They're in the reflecting pool?
They're in the reflecting pool. This is an entire motorcade, Trump's motorcade, driving through it because apparently the president wanted to view the progress.
Yeah, well, walk your fat ass over there, dude. I don't think that's probably good for the reflecting pool.
So first of all, yeah, why the hell are you driving through it? I don't see them stopping to observe anything. Why didn't they walk up to the edge and walk out there on his own fat fucking cankles and look at the job? How does driving multiple vehicles over something freshly painted not leave any sort of residue or, tread marks? But this, the guy that wrote this article points out there's concern that Mr. Trump's decision to drive his motorcade across the pool's surface today, or this is last night actually, might have put huge amounts of weight on the notoriously leaky and newly repaired joints between its concrete slabs. It's not designed to have multiple vehicles drive across.
No. Just like Naomi says here, disrespectful asshole. Yes, completely correct.
And lazy. You drove across it.
I don't know if he's ever seen it before that.
Yeah, right. And why is it taking so long? Give me a couple buckets of paint. I'll hire a few dudes. We'll have that done by Sunday.
Yeah, like Daniel's son painted a house, waxed cars. He built a deck. That was all in a matter of 3 or 4 days.
Right. I know they had to cover up the person that graffitied 8647 in the reflecting pool, which I've still not seen a picture of, but they covered it up and they started painting over again. But yeah, whether or not the blue may theoretically look good in a AI rendering or when it's done for the first 5 minutes before all the algae comes back and everything, or garbage is thrown in it.
Right.
or it's leaking more. Or like before any of that, like the blue seems to be leading to green, which seems to lead to Trump's pocket or his kids' pockets or somebody. So
all leads to brown. It's a bunch of bullshit. Dude.
Right, exactly. It's a rainbow, not the good kind. So it's a developing story. Now that the New York Times has kind of cracked it open, we will see. But we're going to eventually find out that somebody's getting greased in this whole process.
And by the way, he didn't answer that reporter's question in the video I played. She asked him, why are you doing it with the backdrop of the Iran war?
Right.
We've brought the same things up. I mean, some of the stuff that he's focusing on during excursion time, wartime, is bullshit, dude. We talked about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Like, let's get this thing done, dude.
Oh, of course. He does not care. I know that's not shocking to our audience. But this whole like bringing DOGE to reduce government spending and waste, while starting wars you don't need to, while building stuff you don't need to, and painting things you don't need to. I mean, any of these mega sycophants are never going to be allowed to complain about the national debt ever again, or government waste, or any of this, if you have not turned on him by now.
You want to know what I paid for gas yesterday, dude?
Oh, boy. Sure. $6.89.
Yep.
$6.89.
Yep.
Jeez.
Unbelievable. Let's get this war done, dude.
Well,
what are you doing?
Many experts have said the prices will not come down as fast as they went up, even if the war somehow ended tomorrow, which it won't. But, so don't hold your breath.
Trump was on record of saying, like, you know what, there's so much oil sitting in the Strait of Hormuz that as soon as it opens, the market's going to be flooded and you'll never see cheaper gas prices.
No, false. I mean, first of all, even if you flooded the market, best case, it'll go back to where it was. It's not like it's going to become, 50 cents a gallon or something. But
thanks a lot, Biden.
Yeah. And it's going to take months to, get any of these mines out of there and to get the supply routes reopened and really functioning. And then, it's going to trickle down. Those are boats in the Strait of Hormuz. They still got to get around the world to get them into plants and get them into trucks and get them into gas stations.
And as we found out last week, now we got to worry about rockets on dolphins. I mean, come on, dude. This world, what is this world coming to?
Yeah, no, exactly. So the only upside is this shit won't be fixed in time for the midterms.
Yeah.
This is the sort of gut level anger we need to keep in people out there. And many, many mega types are pissed off at the price of gas.
Yeah.
Whether they want to admit it or not, they are. So the only upside of this stuff is it will blow up in his face, much like a kamikaze dolphin.
Hopefully. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, I mean, metaphorically is what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, hey, real quick on that topic, what do you think about Luke Skywalker tweeting out Trump's death picture?
I think it's great, dude. I got a little video on it. Was this done on May 4th?
No, I don't think so. I think it was like 2 days ago. So right after May 4th.
All right. Well, we I would assume we all know and love Mark Hamill, and he has never been quiet about what a dildo Trump is, So yeah, watch this video. Mark Hamill came out and made a great statement that not everyone is taking well. Imagine that.
Well, we are getting reaction from the White House now to a disturbing post that was put up by Star Wars actor Mark Hamill. White House correspondent Jackie Heinrich live on the North Lawn with the reaction. This was a pretty disturbing post.
Ooh.
Yeah, John, the actor best known for playing Luke Skywalker put out an AI-generated image of President Trump in a grave with the caption that reads, "If only." And it comes just days after yet another attempt on the president's life at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The suspect in that event has been charged with an attempt to assassinate the president. Hamill writes in his post, he should live long enough to witness his inevitable devastating loss in the midterms, be held accountable for his unprecedented corruption, impeached, convicted, and humiliated for his countless crimes, long enough to realize he'll be disgraced in the history books forevermore. This man, this actor, also recently appeared alongside former President Barack Obama to mark Star Wars Day, as well as the opening of the Obama Presidential Center. Those two pieces have White House officials really upset at not just the content of this post, but the fact that Obama has not denounced it yet. A White House spokesman says to Fox, Barack Hussein Obama just appeared in a video with this deranged lunatic 3 days ago. Now this same person is calling for President Trump to die. Why won't Obama and Democrats condemn this disgusting call to violence? The rapid response page for the White House also called Mark Hamill one sick individual, saying these radical left lunatics just can't help themselves. This kind of rhetoric is exactly what has inspired 3 assassination attempts against our president in 2 years, John.
Yeah, what happened to this idea of toning down the rhetoric? Doesn't seem to have lasted very long. Jackie Heinrich with the update for us. Thanks, Jackie. Sandra?
Yeah. Thanks.
I love the it's so disturbing. Here's a picture of it.
Yes, exactly. And he didn't say that he wanted the president to be killed. He said, if only, I mean, there's a lot of people in this country that look forward to the day that he naturally passes away.
Of course. And every time I make things, comments and jokes like that, it's always like, yeah, of natural causes, obviously. And, Luke's picture there, which was, clearly AI. I don't think you'd normally bury bodies half in and out of the dirt like that. But
right. Yeah.
No, at no point was he calling for his death or anything. He was actually, if you look at it, he was hoping he stays alive as long as possible. It would be the opposite of calling for his death.
Yeah, whatever those Kashi or whatever people are betting on nowadays.
Yeah.
They think that Trump is not going to make it to the midterm. So
right. Listen, I have predicted that Trump's going to die this year of natural causes because of how clearly sick he is.
Yeah.
But I got to kind of agree with Mark. There, as much as I would like to see him gone from this planet of natural causes.
Yeah.
Boy, I do want him to be around to watch him get his ass kicked in November and to be thrown out in 2028 to fear prosecution and it's a yin yang. It's a light in the dark side.
100%, dude. I want not only to see that, but I want Trump to witness not only us kicking the hell out of him, metaphorically,
right,
but I want him to see all these MAGAs, especially people like Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, like all those people turn their backs and walk away from him and say, I'm not with you anymore.
Yes. I was reading an article today about the fact that many of the Republicans behind the scenes are freaking out about this $1 billion they're putting in the reconciliation bill for the ballroom. And that most of them feel like we can't disown Trump yet. We've got to wait until we get our asses kicked to the midterms. Because if you denounce him now, Trump's just going to come out and try to, throw you under the bus and all that shit. And they need his base to stay motivated and show up, or they have zero chance of winning anything. So I will predict that none of them are going to do anything but bend over. And then when they get their asses kicked in the midterms, then Trump will truly be a lame Donald Duck president. And then you will see, the cracks really forming.
Yeah. St. Gugar went on Sean Ryan. Remember Sean Ryan's podcast that I played for
the veteran guy. Yeah.
Yeah. This is how apparently a lot of people are feeling that voted for Trump.
Not good.
Fuck you, right? Maybe we're at that stage now.
I think we're at that stage.
Yeah.
just being honest. Trump's got like a 30-something% approval rating at this point, if that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people saying, fuck you.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying, fuck you.
Yes, but.
Yeah. So, and then they'll say, we're the unwashed masses, and fuck the grassroots, and conspiracy this, and anti-Semitic that, and then radicals, unacceptable. What do you mean unacceptable? What is that? 80% of Democrats, for example, are now have a negative view of Israel, and we don't want to fund Israel.
Right? 80%?
80%. Okay. Wow. 61% of the country. The country's gone. We don't want it anymore, right? They're like, shut up. You're all anti-Semites. Yeah. 61% of the country's anti-Semites? What the fuck is this? So if we don't agree to serve you, and wait a minute, why is mainstream media sound like they're working for Israel? What do you mean we're anti-Semites?
Because they are.
Yeah. Who's we? We as the American people.
That's a interesting topic to get into as we see that, Donald Trump is definitely Bibi Netanyahu's butt boy.
Yes.
It does seem like if you say, oh, yeah, I'm not for this war, I'm definitely thinking that we're in it for a couple of reasons, but we wouldn't be in it without Bibi, pushing us into this and making deals.
No.
You're an
He's a
asshole, I
bitch.
guess.
Yes, and there's a gigantic difference, obviously, between being anti-Semitic and being anti-Israel. And as I've said on the show before, I mean, for years and years and years, I was always, I don't want to say pro-Israel, but, I tend to default because they were an ally. But no, they have way overplayed their hands. They have way overstepped the genocide in Gaza, what they are doing to manipulate Trump and being part of this war and no, fuck Israel at this point, okay? Go fight your own fucking wars, manipulate your own country. And I just saw some reporter that was, in Israel interviewing citizens there. And man, they have a real God complex going on over there.
What do you mean?
They really think they are the center of the world, that Israel is the top dog and everyone should be so lucky as to follow our lead and to have anything to do with our culture and everything else. And
totally.
I don't know where that sense of entitlement has come from, but it's nothing that we need to get sucked into over here. Certainly not with billions of dollars in American lives. Like, no, enough's enough.
Well, dude, where that comes from is people like Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, the people that consider Israel as the Holy Land, talking about, oh, these are the streets that Jesus himself roamed and feeling good to be anywhere close to that, which is just fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah. Oh, what a world it would be without religion. I mean, if you really stack up the good that religion has done versus the bad, you have a hard time making a case that it's done anything worthwhile. So,
yeah, it's interesting to think about all the bad because, wars are started, obviously, most of the time because of some religion. So,
yeah, and I thought God frowned on that, but hey, that's just me.
I thought so too.
And this is why so many of us are pissed off at Trumpers and the MAGA types. And they always talk about Trump derangement syndrome as being, something that we have as to why we hate Trump. But no, it's actually the delusion that you people are under that you have to create a fake syndrome to explain why people could possibly hate the man as much as they do. And there was an interesting moment on the Five this week with Gutfield and Waters and Tarlov and whoever the other rotating chairs are.
I hate you, Jesse Waters.
I hate Jesse Waters. I hate Gutfield. I do love Jessica Tarlov.
She's an angel on earth, dude.
She is.
She better be getting a ton of money for what she's doing.
That's a great point. I really hope she is, because she is the lone voice of sanity, always gets piled up on. She is smart, well-spoken, knows her shit. She also happens to be beautiful, so there's nothing wrong going on there. But Gutfield this week was complaining on back-to-back episodes about friends of his that have disowned him because of his loyalty to Trump. And he doesn't get it. Why can't I be friends with Trump? Why does that bother you? So they cornered Tarlov and made her defend, like, why do liberals want to, disavow friends of yours that are MAGA? And here was her answer.
Okay.
Do you have a theory about why liberals care so much that other people like Trump?
Because he's like a completely morally bankrupt person that's
But why should you care that I like him? Why
well,
should
I
you
have
care?
Accepted that you like him, but I think it's hard for people when they care about someone.
Whoa.
To say,
This is the perfect thing. Why do they care? Tell me why. What's underneath?
Well, care leads to voting, and then voting leads to bad policies
why can
that
I
make
not be
life
a friend
harder
of yours
for.
if you like Trump?
If he was your friend, I'd be much more chill about it. But because you like him, he's my president.
That's the point. Because you like him, you and your other idiots voted for him, which led to the shit show that we are all seeing. And some of us just have a moral compass and are disgusted with you associating with people like that.
Yes, 100%. It's such a great point that they do not understand. That's exactly why, dude. Dana White went on Charlemagne the God's, the Breakfast Club radio show. They were having a conversation, and I'm not a huge Charlemagne the God fan, but he was talking to Dana White, making some excellent points, and he was talking almost about the same thing of like, I know he's your friend, but you realize that you helped get him elected And Dana White's like, I don't agree politically with everything, but he's my friend and he's helped me out a lot in this life. Yeah, but all of the people that watch MMA and worship Dana White see you buddy with Donald Trump, and they voted for him. Like, you got him elected, friend or not.
Yes. And if you hated his politics, you wouldn't be a friend with him.
Yes.
And East Maverick just makes a point here I wanted to point out too. He says, rat face smirk on that idiot. He's talking about Gutfield.
Yes.
Do you notice he says inflammatory things and then he smirks at the camera because he's playing a character? He knows he's throwing shit out and he just says this shit-eating grin because it's not sincere. Tarlov is being sincere, which is why she gets frustrated and annoyed and is like, what do you not understand? You don't see the obviousness of the truth. I mean, so crazy.
Great example of the resistance. I mean, she's the vocal minority, literally and figuratively. So,
yep.
Hey, Harness, do you know who Craig Long is?
Nope. Porn star?
Well, could be. I don't know. Craig Long, 41 years old. He's a MAGA social media influencer and owner.
Porn star.
Yeah, right. He's an owner of Craig Long Fitness in Tampa, Florida. He was arrested on April 21st. They have released some video of what he was arrested for. I think you'll find it interesting. I've got 2 videos on him. The first one I'll play now, and I think it sets itself up. You might find him in this video in a hotel room.
Uh-oh.
Coming from the gym. People all in the goddamn hidden. Where they are? Oh my god. Hidden in the closet. Hidden in the closet. Open the closet. Damn, your nervous ass. I am.
He's worried that this is a sting.
You're behind this, so go ahead and lock it yourself.
Well, you gotta do something. Let me know you're not police.
So you said you gotta do something quick, right? Yeah. Okay. You got my hundred.
Nervous.
This is your first time doing this or something?
Yeah, man, I don't do this.
All right, go ahead. Drop your drawers. You want to start off with head?
Thank you. Is that how you do it?
Yeah.
I take my shoes off. Man.
Go ahead, make yourself comfortable. Let me grab a towel, okay? Take a seat.
Oh, see, there you go.
No, bro, do you want to like nut on my face or something? Like, chill. I'm just trying to grab a towel.
After Craig is arrested, I leave my location to go over to that hotel to try to get his side of the story. Well, Craig gives me a very cold, mean stare. And it's pretty clear he doesn't want to discuss that night's events.
All right.
So that's a mega influencer, huh? Is he a podcaster or something or what?
I'm not exactly. He's just a big MAGA influencer. And I think he has a lot of followers and stuff like that. Enough to get the attention. Was he masturbating menacingly? That's been that was last show, but my wife won't stop asking me, like when she leaves, like, are you gonna masturbate menacingly?
You'll have to ask the neighbors. It's in the eye of the beholder.
You'll have to see. That guy though, Chris Hansen is his name. Remember, he was the guy who did
To Catch a Predator.
Catch a Predator, right? So he did sit down with him, and then after he's done with his interview, I say in air quotes, you'll see that Florida Sheriff's Office comes on and is boasting and bragging about catching this MAGA influencer. Remember, this is in Florida.
Yeah. Sure.
What happened tonight? I mean, you are a public figure. And yet tonight, it appears that you came here from your home in Tampa for something quick for $100.
Cheapskate.
Yeah.
And it's going to let a lot of people down, people who follow you and look up to you. So again, I just want to get your side of the story.
Spit it out.
Nothing.
Now, huh?
We weren't out looking for you. You found this situation, and we happen to be here.
Sheriff Grady Judd talked about Craig Long's arrest at a recent news conference.
He was seeking the services of a prostitute. Did I tell you that he's married?
that he's got 125 followers on Instagram, 568 followers on TikTok. Well, I'm going to give him some content for his social media today.
Zing. Ouch. When the sheriff's roasting you. That's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. As I look into the facts of this article, it does say that they arrested 266 people in poke around the Find Out sting targeting prostitution and human trafficking. They do list him as married with 125 Instagram and 568 TikTok followers. So maybe he's a tiny MAGA influencer.
I assume that was a mistake. He has 125.
It's what it says.
I mean, my mom's got like 100 Facebook followers.
Right, yes. Pro-Trump, pro-police influencer faced hypocrisy accusations online. He pled not guilty. I mean, he was just about to pull his pants down.
Right.
I'm not saying that there's no unsavory Democrats in this country, but
sure, we'd be roasting them too if they got caught.
100%.
The guy that had a picture with Obama that's now being arrested, because I have seen that guy with Trump before.
Yeah, but it seems that a lot of these stories come out of MAGA world.
Yeah.
Whether it's J6, the people that were at January 6th, we've seen a ton of them in for child molestation, human trafficking, murder. And yeah, we see this shit all the time. And I love to see a guy like that get caught. Cat's got your tongue? Why are you talking now, dude?
I was going to say, not such a loudmouth influencer anymore, huh?
Yes.
I will tell you, he said something in there. He said that, this is my first time, he said to the undercover prostitute there.
Yeah.
So you'll be proud of me, Nick. I just started watching Ozark. I know I'm way behind the curve on it, okay?
Nice.
But in the first episode, there was a line in there that is so profound. I've been thinking about it all week. I talked about it in therapy this week.
Okay.
Like, it was some words of wisdom. So it's probably been a while since you saw the first episode, but
yeah,
there's a scene where the Mexican drug cartel guy is, drilling on Jason Bateman and two of the other characters right before he kills the other two. He says, I caught somebody stealing from me that worked for me for 15 years. What do I do with them? He asked the first person. They said, well, you should suspend them and then bring them back and put them under probation. He said, okay, second guy, what do you think? And the second guy said, you invested 15 years in the person. That's a lot. You should probably give him a second chance. And then he asked Bateman, his character. And in the original scene, it gets cut off. He doesn't answer. But then later in the show, he asks him, you never answered. If I catch somebody stealing after 15 years, what do I do? And Bateman says, you fire them immediately because it's not the first time they stole from you. It's the first time you caught them stealing from you.
That's right, dude. Yeah,
and
100%.
That reeks of so many relationship issues I've had where I'm like, well, it's the first time she did that. Nope, idiot. It's the first time you caught them. It is not the first time they did it.
Yeah, you're right, dude. That's, this guy, he's married and he's showed up to a hotel room to have oral sex or to receive oral sex. This is not the first time you walked into that situation. You're checking doors and looking for things because you've been in the situation before.
You know what to look for, apparently.
Yeah.
And yeah, he didn't seem so shy until the cameras got on him. So that's some great instant karma. I love it.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking idiot. And everyone remember that out there in your relationships. It's not the first time it happened. It's the first time you caught them.
Yeah, first time you caught them. Yeah. Hey, dude, what do you think about this next plague that's making its way into our nation right now?
The hantavirus?
Hantavirus, dude.
I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't have any confidence with our current CDC and, health departments and all that stuff. Is it really going to spread like wildfire? I mean, it's got the potential, but who knows?
Yeah. Are you personally worried about it?
No. Although I did catch a mouse in my garage today, and it was like, great. Hantavirus, there it is.
Yeah, put a mask on, dude. But this hantavirus is a little bit more rare, right? Because it can go from person to person.
Yeah.
It was on this cruise ship, obviously. Symptoms began April 6th through the 28th among passengers. Cruise on the Dutch-flagged Antarctica Atlantic cruise. 147 people aboard.
Which is why I was always hesitant to go on cruises, by the way. I went on my first cruise a few months ago. I loved it. I want to do it again. But then I
Yeah.
see stories like this from it's like, fuck, maybe I don't want to go on a cruise.
Dozens disembarked on April 24th. New suspected cases in the UK, Netherlands flight attendant, and passengers traced in the US, 5 different states, Singapore. The CDC is taking a look at this, but I found this very interesting, dude. Another big screw up of the Trump administration took place.
Is now a good time to remind you that Doge and RFK fired every employee from the CDC's vessel sanitation program? I feel like maybe right now would be a good time to bring this up. 2,400 employees from the CDC were fired under RFK, some of whom were in charge of taking care of this exact scenario in America. Why were they fired? Who on earth knows? Why did they dismantle the pandemic response team under Donald Trump's first term right before COVID? Who knows why they do this? It's just a fun little game we play.
Yeah. Of course, that's good trouble. But yeah, this shit has happened, and we only find out after it bites us in the ass, right?
Yeah. I mean, these are the people firing departments like that so they can say they're saving money while painting the reflecting pool and building arches and all that shit. And
exactly.
Yeah, it's like firing the specialists on Iran in the FBI right before we declare war on them. Like,
Right, yes.
is it a coincidence or is it incompetence? Like, I'm not totally sure, but it's not good for us. That's all I know.
Not at all. And if you will take yourself back, put yourself in a time machine, and remember, as we were on lockdown, as people were dying, mass numbers, President Trump stood up and said, like, maybe put light in the body and disinfect that way, like it's something you're going to look at. Like, he didn't handle that very well. No. He was asked just yesterday, like, do you know what's going on with the hantavirus?
He got a good answer.
Briefed on the virus.
Yes, I have.
Can you tell us what you learned in these briefings?
Well, I think you're going to be told everything, and you already have. It's very much, we hope, under control. It was the ship, and I think we're going to make a full report about it tomorrow. We have a lot of people, a lot of great people are studying it. It should be fine. We hope.
Should Americans be concerned that it's going to spread? And how are you
I hope
working to
not.
get
I
those
mean, I hope
Americans
not. We'll do the
home?
best we can, yeah.
Wow. How many times do you use the word hope in that little statement?
Right. Should be
I hope
fine.
not.
I hope.
You'll have an update tomorrow. I love he's dropped the 2-week thing at least. Now we're down to just 24 hours, but you won't hear anything about
Full
it.
report, Steve. Full report.
We hope it's going to be okay. We hope.
Yes. Yeah, I have been updated on it. Yeah, hopefully it's going to be okay.
Hope. Which was Obama's thing, by the way.
What's that?
I said that was Obama's thing, by the way, hope.
Yeah, the audacity of hope, for crying out loud.
Right.
Wow. With only a few minutes left in the show, I've got another good news item for you if you want to hear it.
Let's do that. Then I just got to break through 2 quick stories. Or should we end on good news? How do you want to do this?
Do yours.
Okay, just real quick, because it's come up and I just want to comment on it. Like the redistricting, gerrymandering war that is going on right now. So first of all, Tennessee yesterday pushed it through. There are going to be no more Democratic congressmen coming out of Tennessee anymore. And they did it behind closed doors. They were throwing protesters out just in complete secrecy. I mean, talk about, taxation without representation. I mean, literally, they will have no representation in the House. And then this thing with Virginia, where the voter-approved redistricting just got thrown out by Virginia Supreme Court, which I understand means you cannot appeal to the National Supreme Court. And they threw it out on a technicality. They undid the will of the people because some bureaucrat made a technical error in this whole thing. That is so disgusting and fucked and un-American. Well, meanwhile, Texas and all these other states are doing it without voters, with, behind closed doors.
Yep.
Virginia, California took it to the voters. California has stood up to some legal challenges. Virginia, though, on a legal technicality, just got the whole thing thrown out. And that is just beyond disgusting. And now it's going to start the great gerrymandering wars, where every blue state's going to have to disenfranchise Republicans, which on one level, fight fire with fire. You started this, we're going to finish it. But I don't think it's cool either that have California disenfranchise a bunch of Republicans, or to have New York State. Like, I don't want to see it. But they started it, so now we have to fight. But can it happen by the midterms?
Yeah, I mean, that remains to be seen. I don't know. And
Yes.
just like you, I mean, it does suck. But they started it, and we'll be screwed if we don't do what we can. So
Absolutely. So I encourage every blue state governor to throw it all down. But otherwise, people, I mean, we got to have a blue tsunami in November to make sure we can still take the House despite their efforts to straight up cheat and rig it. And one of those asshole state officials in Tennessee yesterday was asked, how will this new map affect the racial makeup? And he was like, I don't know. What does that even mean? And they were like, well, so why are you doing it? He said, because we want to control the Congress. We don't want Trump to lose control. Like, he said it just blatantly out loud. First, he lied about not understanding it affects, racial lines. But
of course,
flat out said, well, Trump needs to retain control. So, and the Supreme Court said with the voting rights gutting that you can't discriminate on race, but you can discriminate based on partisanship, which is the same thing.
yes. No, he knows, dude. Yeah, and he is saying the quiet parts out loud. Like, yeah, it's a Trump thing.
It's insane. And then real quick, the alien stuff I've been saying for a while now is going to get released. Some of it did get released today. It clearly is a distraction. I get it, from the Epstein files, from Iran, from everything else. But some interesting things were found in there. People are going to be going through it. And I can't wait to see what sort of answers or not we get. But we know on a couple of different space missions, Apollo 17 and Apollo 12, that there are pictures of something hovering above the moon while our astronauts are up there that they can't identify, but they have said that it is most likely a physical object. So I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to speculate, but it's a little funny to me that two different, moon missions were like, oh yeah, by the way, we took pictures of something that we can't explain. Something was in the air, and we don't know what it is, but it seems to be an object.
I don't know why they would hide that,
Well, they've hidden it for a long time, probably because it would scare the crap out of a lot of people.
Well, if it's, what, don't we want to know? If there is something there, don't we want to know?
Well, of course we want to know, but does the government want us to know? Can we handle the truth? Does it, to explode religion? Does it cause pain? I don't know, but for better or for worse, he is releasing some of that stuff, and there may actually be some gems in there. So it just came out today. The Apollo pictures, if you look at them, it's interesting. I mean, the one, there's like an object with 3 dots underneath it, like 3 bright lights, and they zoom in on it to show you better, but does appear to be an object, does appear to only be visible when our people go out into space.
How do we know that this is an AI? I mean, if AI fools you every day and fools me, it fools us every day, like, how do we know it's not AI?
My only point would be that experts will drill into this. Pictures from Apollo 12 and 17 could not have been AI. So if they've been tampered with since then, they should be able to determine if it's a true original copy or if it's been tampered with or not. But
yeah.
And if they were going to tamper with it, I think they'd make it a little more obvious. But, don't know.
We're still, we're starting to hear more conversation and more talk about the thing that Matt Gaetz brought up several weeks ago about humans having sex with aliens and making a hybrid, people or aliens. And that's still being discussed by many different people in Congress that say, if I showed you what I have seen, you'd shit the bed.
Right. So they're starting to show us. Starman here. We are the aliens. I got a lot of shit the last time I said this, but I believe you. I don't think humans are of this earth. There's a reason we're different than everything else on it, okay? Like, I don't think we came from this planet. I think we were put here, whether as an experiment or some planet fell apart and they restarted. But I find it odd that humans are different than everything else on the planet. So do with
it's evolution, baby.
So there you go. I think UFO discovery, more information is good news, but what good news do you have?
This is great news, and I guess it depends which way you look at it. But I mean, at the end of the day, this is great news because the Catholics have a lot of power, not only in this country but around the world. Marco Rubio met with Pope Leo at the Vatican just yesterday. Okay,
yeah, to badger him.
Yeah, I mean, he was there to mend U.S. Vatican tensions after this whole President Trump shit show. I think, what a job you have there. But
doesn't every president have to send someone to smooth things over with religious leaders?
No, this would be a first. This would definitely be a first.
Yeah.
I can't believe this, but Marco showed up with a gift for Pope Leo. And it must be something opulent and very, American. Yeah, let's see what he gave the Pope, and then tell me why.
A Trump bobblehead.
Well, it's easier. This is a baseball guy, but and it has the seal of the State Department. So it's what to get someone who has everything. I thought a crystal.
Olive being, of course,
it's a crystal football
plant of peace. There's the coat of arms here of pontificate here.
Why did he give him
he got it at the gift shop leaving the White House or something?
Seriously, what the hell is that, dude?
A crystal football?
Why would you give him anything, though?
I mean, giving him something makes sense, but a crystal football, I mean, we know the Pope is big. I think he's a Cubs fan, so it made a little more sense if you at least gave him a crystal baseball, but football?
None of that makes any sense to me, dude. Because it looks like it's straight out of the airport almost, Like,
got it at the duty-free shop.
I've been to the Vatican. Like, it's a big deal, dude. You're there to see the Pope. Like, show up with some gold or diamonds or something. My God.
Where would he find anything gold? I mean,
real gold.
Yeah, right. So say, just scrape something off the Oval Office walls. But I have no freaking clue why he would give him a crystal football. That does reek of, oh shit, I forgot to bring a gift. Like, what do we got around here? Anybody got something?
Yeah. Hey, he asked his wife, hey, give me that glass football.
The kids gave me for Father's Day 20 years ago. Give me that crap.
May 5th, this is the good news, Steve. May 5th, the Vatican denounced conversion therapy. And, you think, that should have been done a long time ago. But this is a big deal, dude, that the Catholic Church came out and said, conversion therapy, it's a no-go. They made the highlight. This causes profound suffering, lacerations, marginalization for the LGBTQ plus community, the LGBTQ plus Catholic community. So they're acknowledging that. There's a lot of people within that community that are describing the courage that this took for the Catholic Church to come out and say this, as it's a huge sway and change from what the Catholic Church has said for years.
Yeah, listen, I mean, that's good, better late than never, I suppose. Yeah, I would really like it if the Pope would point out that, hey, you believe in Catholicism? Well, guess what? God made them that way.
Yeah.
So if you believe in this, to be anti-gay is to be anti-God. You are against his creations.
Yes, 100%. Pope Francis started this whole thing, and it's great to see a more liberal Pope Leo come and continue this. So
absolutely.
I think it's a good win. Just like I said, because the Catholic Church does have so much power in this world. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good. People seem to like that we've put some good news in here. I heard a few comments this week. So
nice.
Thanks.
All right. Well, it's not Good Friday, but it is a Good Friday, and we're going to jump into the weekend. So I guess that'll do it for the show today.
It will. You go to thevocalminority.net if you want to contact us directly. Otherwise, everything on Really American, the short form, the long form. Watch it, share it, like it, comment, help support the cause.
It's all there. And have a good weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday.
And that'll do it for another edition of The Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve. Thanks for joining us on the Really American Media platform. Check out all our social media wherever good social media is found. Until next time, you tiny little bastards, good day.
Good day.
And we say bye-bye.
Good.